Okay, so that's the shank that I need, I believe. So now I got to make these measurements to see if that's the right one. I think it's the right one. I didn't think I had that second step, but now that I look at the bucket, I see that's where the edge is welded to the bucket. So I have a feeling that's going to be easy peasy. I'm just going to have to throw down the cash. So let me go find my tape measure and see if those dimensions match. So I put the tape measure on the holes, and they're definitely not the same, right? So that's what? That's one. So it's 1.5. Right. What the hell is this? This is 1.5. I can't do math. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are eighths. 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're eighths. Okay. So that's half. 1.5 and 1/4 is 3/4. So that's 1 3/4 from the edge. Now my question is that edge worn down an inch, right? And so then the back hole is what? Let's say 6 3/4. Right? So the distance between the two, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3/4, 1 3/4. 2 3/4 is 1 inch. 3 3/4 is 2 inches. 4 3/4 is 3 inches. 5 3/4 is 4 inches. And then 6 3/4 is 5 inches. So that's 5-inch separation. That's fine. I think that's right. And to see how my bucket has now worn a rounded edge on the bottom, right? Is that because the bucket's worn? I got something in my eye now. Now my eye is watering. What the hell? Sneeze and watery eyes. You gotta love that shit. Let's go back. What happened? I'm on battery power. No, we're back up. Right, and you see how that's flat along the bottom, and mine's curved on the bottom. Now is mine curved due to wear? Or is mine curved? Because it's supposed to be curved. That is the question I'm asking. Alright? Everything's got to be difficult. So, the distance is right? So I got, what is it? Better look. So I got 5 inches between the two holes. Right? I gotta measure that second step. Second step would be the weld area. That would be 4.5. So 4.5 to the weld area. Let's go look. 4.5 to the weld area. 4.5 to the middle area. I think something's hit me too. It's, I don't know. It's kind of stingy and itchy. I wonder if one of Mother Nature's hungry critters took a snack. There's a white spot right there, right? Or is it up higher? I can't tell. Damn it. I know it tingles though. So I said 4.5, right, from the edge. So we got 4.25, 4.5, and there's the edge and there's the weld, right? So that weld will have to be ground down. But that hole is off, right? Because the first hole is supposed to be 3.25 back here. That means I got to drill. See, that can't be right, because then if I have to drill 3.25, then I'm off to 5, right? So I'm assuming that my blade is worn down an inch. 1.75 and so the blade is worn down 1.75 inches. That's a lot. That's an extreme a lot. Mother mercy. Okay, let's try that again. So I'm at 4. And that's the back of the step, right? So that distance is correct to the back of the step. This is where the problem. Well, I don't know. Yeah, because that line, right? That line runs down to here to the front, right? So that's 3.25 to the first hole. And I'm 1.75, so that's 1 and man, my math sucks. Half, 1.5. 1.5 is 2. Right, yeah. So that's one. So that's an inch and a half. So that blade is worn down 1.5 inches. Wow. That's brutal. So there's going to be a gap from where? So from here. So from here forward, there's going to be a gap. Wow. Wow. Alright, sun's cracking the hill and it's starting to warm up. I had a nice uneventful nap in the bed, no breakfast last night, let's say. So before I went to bed last night, I changed the fan belts on the Beast as a precautionary, and it got pretty windy, and so I changed them. I replaced them. Look at the wind blowing all my garbage. Damn it. Let's pick this up here before it disappears. Yeah, it was pretty windy last night, considering, and I can smell the smoke like somebody's burning a fire, but I have a feeling that's the haze in the distance there, coming from California, right? So anyway, so today's mission to start putting the plan into act, or start putting the plan into motion, or start ciphering. Let's pick up more of my junk here. Alright, so we're in the shade. So I don't know if the tire on the other side is gonna have air in it. Yeah, that's what I figured, right? I had to air that up twice when I moved it back. So that's the plan for today, is to take this off. I gotta bring it to the tire shop and have them figure out why it's not holding air. I thought maybe it was because it broke the bead, because I tried to turn it at a higher degree than the bead could handle. But I refilled it up and the bead receded. So I don't know, more issues. So anyway, okay, so back to the belts. So on the Beast, I changed the fan belts, and in the IPC there was a part number for a Goodyear belt. I cross-referenced that Goodyear belt to a Gates belt, and of course the Gates belts are a little too long, right? And I don't understand what's going on with Gates nowadays. I mean, I've been a loyal customer for their hoses and belts for 40 years. Every time I've bought an off belt other than Gates, or a hose other than Gates, I had nothing but issues with them. But the Gates products, they lasted. But now, I don't know, there's something going on at Gates that I'm not too excited about. I purchased a Gates radiator cap because I'm tired of the Dora crap from AutoZone. I mean, they're selling the Motorrad radiator caps, and I get maybe 6 to 9 months out of the cap, and the rubber gets impregnated, and then it doesn't build up pressure, right? So I decided, well, let me buy a Gates cap. And I get the Gates cap, and guess what's in the box? It's a Gates box. It's a Motorrad cap. I mean, what the? So I went to their website at Gates, and I emailed them a customer request or a complaint or whatever. We'll see if they get back to me. So back to the belts. So the belts, the part number is 9640HD. That means they're the green, right? They're the green ones that have the green stripe, right? So all my life I've been taught, and I've gone by, that this means 64 inches heavy duty, right? So they all say 640, right? This one says 435. That would mean it's 43 inches and a half. But if you look at their fine print on the bottom, it says it's 43 7/8. Why? If you look at the bottom here, it says 64 3/8. So guess what? That makes it 3/8 longer. That means it doesn't fit right? So I don't understand what they're doing. Is it because they're going to the metric system, and that's a metric conversion, right? But if your part number says it's 64 inches, it should be 64 inches, not 64 and 3/8, because 3/8 is a big difference. So if I tighten up that belt all the way just to get the 1/4 inch deflection on the fan belt, the fan is too close to the top of the shroud. So any wobbling or any at around movement or bouncing around, there's a good chance that the fan's going to hit the shroud. So I left them in there a little loose until I can go solve that problem. But it's frustrating because now I got to do the job twice, right? I mean, if your part number says it's 64 inches, it should be 64 inches, right? I mean, if you tell her you got 12 inches, I mean, you should have 12 inches, right? Anyways, so that's the plan, I guess. But yeah, I can smell that smoke. Man, it's nice to think like you're at a campfire and whatnot, but I'm sure on the other side of that, people's stuff is getting devastated. So, alright, it's windy, it's breezy, I gotta put a shirt on before I get sunburned. And then actually I gotta take that tire off, go get some breakfast, and I don't know, we'll see what I gotta do after that. But that's the plan for the day. Alright, hope you have a joyous day today. How's that? While I'm out here sweating it. See you in a few. To the tire shop on a Saturday, early in the morning. They probably don't open till 9. Got to sit around for an hour, right? Wait for them to open. Alright, later. Alright, so tire guy told me that it'd be 4 hours before they could fix the tire. So I've been hanging around for a couple hours, and they called me at 2 hours into the job, and they said, "Oh, got some bad news for you. Tire's no good." I go, "Oh shit!" Right? So there it is. Little hole in the sidewall, and they won't take it off and patch it because it's a sidewall thing. And I'm telling them, well, I'm not using the tire to drive on the road. I'm just moving some Connex containers. And they're like, yeah, no good. So I said, all right, what do you got in tire size? Well, we only got 235 80s. And I'm like, well, I don't know, let me look what's the difference. Anyway, it looked like it was 5 inches lower. I can't have that. I can't have one tire 5 inches higher than the other. It's lopsided. So I said, okay, well, I got a plug kit. I'll just plug it myself and carry on my merry way. And then I'm thinking, well, if I do plug that and I'm starting to drag the containers in, and the tire lets loose, on the way in, that's just going to cause more problems. I can't have any setbacks once that can is hooked up to the beast and I'm dragging it into my property, because it'd be severely inconveniencing, right? Or inconvenient, whatever. It'd be screwed up, right? If I have any issues while I'm trying to drag the cans in. So I figured, all right, let me just go to where am I here? DMB? Is it DMB or what? No, this is Tractor Supply. Let me go to the Tractor Supply place where I purchased the tires from originally, and just go pick up another one, put a plug in that one, and use it as a spare, right? I mean, I'm hemorrhaging money, might as well hemorrhage a little more, right? Of course, they don't have any on the shelf. So now I'm back to what, plan C. I'm just gonna put a plug in it, put it on, see if it holds. In the meantime, while I'm down at the plantation, I'll see if I can find another tire to act as a spare. Although I do have a spare tire and a rim up there on the property. It's a wider tire. I think it's just a car tire. It's not a 10-ply or a 12-ply trailer tire. So anyway, more aggravation, but we're moving along. So anyway, that's it. That's the update. I'll see you later. That's it. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but look at that smoke laying in the valley. Alright, I emptied out what I needed to empty out. Found the kit on the bottom, which is better than not having it at all. And so there it is. This will be the first time I'm using this kit. I bought a kit similar to this, actually probably the same kit in the early 80s, and I used that quite a bit, and it saved me quite a bit of hassle and time and money when I was detained by a small puncture in my tire. So I had the misfortune of having my kit appropriated from me. I left my trunk open at the apartment complex, and somebody decided to venture in, and they absconded with my beloved tire repair kit. So I purchased a new one in replacement. This is a replacement, and this is the first time I'm using it. So this all is to open the hole up a little bit, and then this is the seal. It's a rubber seal, and you take this rubber seal and you put it in this groove, then you put a little lubricant on it, and then you force it in the hole. You hold this up against the hole and the seal, and you pull this part out, and the plug stays in the hole. It's worked for me 99.9% of the time. And the one time that it didn't work for me is that the hole was so big I had to put 4 plugs in it, and it was good enough to get me to the tire shop where I purchased new tires. Anyway, alright, here, let me get around to the tire on this side. We'll set it up. Something bit me in the back of the neck. I don't know, what's that look like? It's swelling up. Shite. Never ends, never ends. Alright, there we go. Set up. bingo. Okay. I have threaded the needle with the plug. I have put a dab of a lubricant on it, and now I'm going to make the hole just a little bit bigger, and then we're going to stuff it in. See how long that lasts. So never ceases to amaze me when you want to do something, right? And the wind has got to kick up. That's it. Now all I need to do is stick my hand in there to pick it up and get bit by a snake, right? I don't see anything. Yep, that's the receipt. Okay. Alright, I recovered all the pieces for the kit. So I took a little break after getting the wheel on, and I went back and I played the video to look at my neck, and that lump was pretty big. So I squirted a little of this Bactine Max on it, and hopefully the tingling sensation will go away and the swelling will go down. Let me take a little look at that, see how that looks. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it seems a little smaller than what it looked like in the video prior. But it's just amazing. Just amazing. I don't know what to do now. I'm kind of stuck in a situation here. I got the wrong fan belts on the Beast. I went and I ordered some new ones. They're not going to be here till next week, of course. So I ordered 39 and a half. Oh, not 39 and a half. 63 and a half. And then I ordered 63 even. So I got 6 belts coming at $131. This is mind-boggling. So I got that coming. So I'm not going to start that or run the Beast with those belts on there. I'm just going to leave them on there for the time being. And so I got the tire on. I got to go pick up a new tire. But there's nobody in town that has one, so I have to drive to the city, right? And get one down there and bring it back. I don't know if I want to do that right now. I wanted to walk the 2.5 miles in and evaluate the road and see where I could possibly get jammed up while dragging the can in, but it's going to be 106 today. You can see the smoke in the air. You can smell the smoke in the air. And I'm not interested in being vulture bait. I saw a couple vultures on the way back from town on the side of the road eating some roadkill. They're black and they got a red ring around their neck. I don't know what type of vulture that is, but I'm not interested in feeding them, especially feeding them my carcass. So I'm gonna sit here for a little while in the breeze while I decide what's the best plan of action. And I'm thinking the best plan of action is hitting the gym, a shower, and then a steak and a cold beer at the casino. I'm thinking that's my plan of action. As a matter of fact, I've made a monumental decision. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go shower up, hit the steam room. Maybe that'll open up this bump onto my neck and let the pus out or whatever's growing in there now. I probably got a South American botfly in the middle of the United States desert. Dude, I'd be the only one, because that's the way my luck runs. Oh, I gotta... Well, before I leave, you see that? Good thing I looked that way. The cover on the exhaust stack, I gotta tape that up, otherwise the wind will get underneath there and blow it off. Okay, so I got something to do while I'm salivating over that steak and beer. Seen a few. I got it taped. See the yellow, wrap a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. No, wrap yellow vinyl tape around your exhaust stack. Alright, thanks for tagging along on my adventure.